On behalf of the faculty and staff of Parkview High School, it is a pleasure to welcome you to our 44th commencement ceremony. I'm David Smith, the principal at Parkview. This year's virtual graduation is unlike any of our 43 preceding ceremonies. Typically, we spend graduation day worrying about the weather and hoping that by 8 p.m., it's going to be a beautiful May evening. However unconventional our current circumstances, they're not going to stop us from celebrating this year's graduating class. We are honored to have with us this evening our Area 4 School Board Representative, Mr. Everton Blair, Jr., and our District CEO Superintendent, Mr. J. Alvin Wilbanks. During this Memorial Day week, we acknowledge our courageous veterans and active duty military who serve our nation, and we pause to remember those heroes who made the ultimate sacrifice for our country. We also want to thank the many Americans who are currently providing assistance and support during the COVID-19 pandemic. At this time, please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance to our flag and the singing of our national anthem.
I pledge allegiance.
I pledge allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag
of the United States of America.
Of the United States of America.
The United States of America.
And to the republic
for which it stands.
One nation.
One nation.
One nation. Under God.
Indivisible.
With liberty and justice.
With liberty and justice for all.
With liberty and justice for all.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave? Of the brave.
Hello, class of 2020. My name is Everton Blair, and I'm proud to serve as one of your 5 board members on the Gwinnett County Board of Education. On behalf of the faculty and staff of Gwinnett County Public Schools, we wanted to take a special moment out to congratulate you for the hard work that you've done in our school system getting you to this point. And on behalf of former students like myself, I'm here to also say that the road ahead for you is vast. And we're so excited to see what you come up with and what you do with your talents. And I also wanted to share a little bit of reflection from my experience in entering the real world in an unknown time. In 2009, we had a pretty dismal recession, but it doesn't really compare to what's going on right now. In franker terms, this is crazy, and y'all did that anyway. And one of the things that we're realizing is just how much leadership you all possessed right now, being resilient, being the people who we actually, as teachers and leaders, had to come to learn something as simple as how to work certain features in Zoom. We're the technology era, and because we are folks who are understanding a world that we've never seen before, I want you to celebrate that in yourselves. That's true leadership. It's leadership that might not be heralded immediately right now, but it's something that you really own and can create space to change the world as we see it because of what we're experiencing today that we've never seen before. So take a really good moment to reflect on just how much resilience you've shown. Whether it was just figuring out how to do virtual learning in the last months of senior spring where you probably had other plans, or whether it's trying to figure out what to do next, there's a lot of grace and space that you deserve in just understanding this moment and celebrating how much courage you have shown and how much leadership you've possessed right now. This has never been seen before, and you will always be the class that ushered us into what living and leading through a pandemic looks like. And that's something to be incredibly proud of. To your parents and teachers, take some time out to thank them as well. Because even though they were the ones that you always looked up to and that were always on top of you for making sure that you got a quality education, they also leaned on you and your support and created opportunities for you to tell them what to do and how things should be done. And then let's look to the future. Because if there's any realization that what we're experiencing right now requires young people to step up and think about putting their minds to the task of creating innovative solutions to lead us through the rest of the 21st century, I think now is as much of a testament as we'll ever get one. We don't have all the answers. And when I say we, I mean the adults. But fortunately, we don't need to. But what we do need is you. And the exact amount of courage that you've displayed and expressed over your 12 or 13 years in Gwinnett County Public Schools, we'll be asking you to do it some more. And then, no matter what pursuits you take from here, college, career, or otherwise, come back to your community, sow a seed, give back to young people, the generation behind you, and make sure that they also can experience the wonderful promise that was Gwinnett County Schools for you. I firmly believe that we're all going to be okay, but when we get through this time, I want to make sure that you all know that we are proud of you. And we could not be here were it not for your efforts and your courage in making our school system look as amazing as it does today. So take that, soak it in. Really appreciate this moment for what it is. And that same amount of courage and resilience that you've displayed now, we're going to be looking for to be displayed for the next set of challenges that our society might experience. Again, I think that now is just a time, if there ever were one, to just really think about how thankful we are to have been here and to be able to do what we can, really in order to do what's next, whatever that next is. So congratulate yourselves. Congratulate your parents, congratulate your teachers, and really just appreciate this moment. Remember that you're not only prepared for the path ahead, but that you have exactly what we need and exactly what it takes in order to take us there. On behalf of the Gwinnett County Board of Education, we congratulate you, and we are so looking forward to what you do with your next steps. Congrats, grads.
Seniors, I want to join the chorus of people congratulating you on your achievement. Shortly, you will be a high school graduate. You have earned this milestone that indicates you are ready for the next phase of your life. There are several reasons why the senior year is so important for high school seniors. It is the culminating experience for the previous 12 years of school most of you spent preparing for this moment. It is the time when your learning experiences are preparing you for the college or university you plan to attend. Perhaps it is the preparation for your choice of a job or additional preparation for a technical career you have selected. Or your choice may be service in the military after graduation. Whatever your choice after high school, your hard work over the past 13 years should have prepared you to be successful in the next phase of your life. Many things can be said about your senior year of high school. Perhaps the most memorable happening, yet the least desirable one, has been the COVID-19 pandemic that has impacted all of our lives and, yes, our world. This virus changed where and how you completed your senior year. Rather than at school, you experienced teaching and learning at home. I have yet to talk with anyone, a senior student, parent, or teacher, who preferred that situation rather than students being able to finish their senior year at school. The COVID-19 pandemic also caused several other changes that normally are occurring the latter part of your senior year. I asked a senior from another school, of course, to give me an indication of what he had missed due to the virus. His response included the following: our senior prom, the extracurricular activities that many of us would have participated in and enjoyed, the award banquets and the awards night where we would have received our academic and or athletic awards, the normal spring break trip to the beach, and for many of us, and listen at this one, senior skip day. It is absolutely no fun skipping home. And I thought his last response was profound, and one that I bet each of you would agree with. He said, most of all, I missed the daily interactions with my friends, classmates, teachers, and school staff for the last half of the semester when we could not attend school. Seniors, I bet you agree and appreciate that response from this young man. An old adage reminds us that sometimes life is filled with changes and challenges that can be brought about by things and happenings that we cannot prevent, like COVID-19 pandemic. Yet life goes on, and the plans you had made start of your senior year may have changed. However, most of your plans are probably the same and still possible, and I am sure you are preparing for them to take place. College, for instance, military service, or beginning a career. Your 13 years of schooling that you have completed should have prepared you for those plans. I know you join me in thanking your principal and the total administrative team, your teachers, counselors, and other school staff for their assistance in helping you get to this moment. Most of all, you want to thank your parents, other family members, and friends for their love, care, and assistance in helping you get to this stage in your life. Parents, you've done well. Your graduates will make you proud. On behalf of the Gwinnett County Board of Education and the administration of Gwinnett County Public Schools, we are proud of you and wish for you the best in all your life's endeavors. Godspeed.
Greetings to the Parkview High School class of 2020 and everyone tuning in to our virtual graduation. We are at least left with our dignity as our ceremony is not being held on Minecraft. To begin, I would like to thank our parents for their unwavering support of our goals and achievements. In those times when it was college application season and finals season and sports season all at once, you were there to encourage us and keep us sane. Thank you to our teachers. Your guidance, wealth of knowledge, individual eccentricities, and your votes of confidence in our abilities as students have uniquely characterized this experience. Every day in the classroom, you pushed us to be smarter, better people. Nothing brings a class together quite like our shared freshman confusion the first time someone stands up on a table in the cafeteria to start a Hail Parkview. And nothing solidifies those relationships like dancing the Cupid Shuffle in unison with several hundred other people at homecoming each year. So thanks a bunch to our friends and classmates who have been there in each of these moments, who have been our companions in the highlights and our emotional support in the struggles. I don't know about y'all, but this is not how I expected our senior year to go. We really do get every type of school cancellation in Georgia. Viral pandemic, the flood of 2009, the sophomore year hurricane, ice, snow, the threat of ice, the threat of snow. To quote High School Musical's Sharpay Evans, "This is not what I wanted, this is not what I planned, and I just gotta say, I do not understand." However, our unconventional circumstances should not stop us from celebrating the accomplishments of the class of 2020. On an academic, athletic, and artistic level, we have done incredible things over the last 4 years. Your time at Parkview High School is a multi-stage test, and with our open outdoor campus, it is a multi-stage aerobic capacity test that progressively gets more difficult as it continues. But unlike the FitnessGram Pacer test, this was no mindless cyclical torture exercise. With the Pacer, you never go anywhere, but with high school, we all achieve the same milestone, graduation, with drastically different experiences that have defined our individuality, values, and ambitions. Graduation is more of a beginning than an end. Like in Finding Nemo, we are only just at the drop-off, the edge of the reef. And as we go forward into open water, here's the thing. Mediocrity is a waste of time. You will do yourself no favors by being content with less than your best. Why put in the time and effort to do something halfway and then stop when you are already halfway to fantastic? Success does not necessarily require you to be the best, but you do have to be your best. So here we go again. We face another 4 years of education or work or service or personal growth, and we will continue to do incredible academic, athletic, and artistic things. And so, even though this has likely been included in countless numbers of these speeches since about 2002 or so, I believe it takes on a special significance in light of our current unconventional circumstances when I quote Legally Blonde's Elle Woods. Congratulations, class of 2020. We did it.
I'd like to begin my speech with a word of gratitude. On behalf of the class of 2020, I'd like to thank all parents, teachers, friends, mentors, and late-night caffeine shots that made this journey possible for me and my classmates. So, class of 2020. 2020 is such a cool graduation year, people said. It only happens once a century. Everyone will remember it. Yeah, they weren't wrong about that one, that's for sure. When we first stepped in the doors of Parkview High School as nervous, acne-ridden freshmen, each one of us had a vision on how our high school careers would go. That vision was jumbled and cloudy, as most of us had no idea what we wanted to do. We slowly began reaching out and trying new things, but mostly stuck to what was comfortable. As we entered sophomore year, that vision began to grow and change as we began to grow and change. We joined new clubs, found new hobbies, and made new friends. Our vision became clear as we began to see who we would become as students of Parkview High School. Then came junior year. I'm skipping that one, senior year. After years of struggling, we were finally ready to relax. Eagerly, we awaited senior activities, graduation, tossing our caps, events that we had waited 3 years for as we counted down the days until it was finally our turn. And then that got skipped too. And so now, we're here. At home, social distancing, getting ready not to graduate in front of an audience of thousands, but in front of a screen. I guarantee that none of us expected high school to end like this. Personally, I was ready to start summer vacation in April, not March. I guess you could say I'm somewhat of an overachiever. But even as you sit at home today, remember that you are still a part of the class of 2020, perhaps the strongest and most resilient class in recent memory. Our sports teams have gone further and won more championships. We have students going to college in California, Texas, New York. We have survived blackouts, floods, tornadoes, coronavirus, and we will continue to stand together, 6 feet apart, as a class of 2020. But the journey is not over yet, my friends. 2020 will be written down in the history books and remembered for generations to come. The only question is, for what? We are at a pivotal moment in history, and each one of you has the power to change the world. Don't believe me? Look at the last class of 20. They started the Great Depression. We already have the second half of that. Now, with your futures ahead of you, one question remains. What next? Most speakers will tell you to follow your dreams. Me, I say don't, because you have no idea what your dreams will be in the future. Your dreams 4 years ago are not your dreams today. Your dreams today will not be your dreams in 4 years. Do not let yourself be consumed by the pursuit of a singular, narrow goal which you see as the end-all, be-all, because there is no one accomplishment or failure that defines you as a person. I let myself make this mistake countless times throughout high school, and I still regret it to this day. Don't let yourself make the same mistake I did. Slow down, take your eyes off the destination, and look down at the crossroads in front of you. Maybe you realize that the path you were heading down wasn't the right one, or that there's a major roadblock ahead of you in your future. Not every decision you make in life will be the perfect one, but that's okay. There's still 1,000 other roads that will still lead you in the same direction. Buckle up, class of 2020, because we have our entire lives ahead of us. Step forwards into the future with an open mind, and be ready to enjoy the ride. But most importantly, whichever road you choose to take, never lose sight of your 2020 vision. Thank you, and congratulations, class of 2020.
Class of 2020, high school graduation marks a major milestone. It brings to a close a significant chapter in your lives. Your families and teachers have helped prepare you for the challenges that lie ahead, but ultimately, it is the choices you make that will define you. 20th century politician and statesman Winston Churchill said, "Every day you may make progress. Every step may be fruitful. Yet there will stretch out before you an ever-lengthening, ever-ascending, ever-improving path. You know you will never get to the end of the journey, but this, so far from discouraging, only adds to the joy and glory of the climb." Class of 2020, your journey is about to begin again. It is my hope that Parkview High School has prepared you for the climb, that the challenges you have faced and overcome have added to your resilience, that the last few months of your senior year, dealing with the uncertainty brought on by the COVID-19 pandemic, have made you stronger, and that you will have a successful, prosperous future. Thank you for the positive contributions that you have made to our school and our community. On behalf of the Gwinnett County Board of Education, I verify that all qualifications of Gwinnett County Public Schools and the state of Georgia have been met. Therefore, I authorize the release of these diplomas to the graduating class of 2020 at Parkview High School.
As is the tradition, I now ask the graduating class of 2020 to turn your tassels. As we are together today, we wear our tassels on the right. The turning of our tassels to the left symbolizes that each of us has met the graduation requirements and are now ready to enter our next step. Please turn your tassels to the left. Congratulations to the Parkview graduating class of 2020.
This brings to a close our graduation ceremony. We will always remember the end of this school year and the fortitude shown by our senior class. On behalf of the teachers and staff at Parkview, congratulations to the class of 2020.